today I have Anika. She is German and she lives in Japan since 2012, so already 10 years. She has a Japanese, or she is in a Japanese German family, and her son is currently 5 years old. And Anika is also the founder of the German blog. Is it a blog? Yeah, German-speaking blog, Ginkgoleaf. But she's also a baby-wearing consult. And that's actually the topic of today, baby-wearing, baby carriers, baby slings, and all that. And since Anika is the expert, yes, I would like to welcome her. Hi, Anika.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me.
Sure, I'm glad we can interview, or I can interview here for this very important topic. I feel especially in Tokyo area, it's quite essential to have some baby wearing, because you can't go around everywhere with what is it called?
Stroller?
The stroller, thank you. I was missing the English word. Okay, Anika, maybe you know, before I start, I like to ask you two unconventional questions. And your profession actually, or profession before being a baby wearing consult, is you are a gardener, right?
Yes. And my main job actually is being a gardener.
Yeah, your main job here in Japan also.
Yeah,
okay, so you are doing both. Okay, so I'll ask you this very typical question, I guess. What is like one flower that you really like? Maybe a Japanese flower.
Yeah, that's a very difficult question for a gardener, and especially for a plant lover. I never can decide which plant I like best. So usually I pick the flower that's in season. So when now we have hydrangea season, then I might say it's hydrangea. But I also like plants that are often overseen, like tiny plants that are growing along the roads, on the mountains, or also plants that are hated by people here, like dokudami. I am a big fan of dokudami because it's a wonderful plant. Yeah, but maybe we should stop here, because I could continue talking about plants too.
Okay, then one last question about plants. Do you talk to your plants?
Yes. I only have few plants because my lighting conditions in my apartment are very bad. So maybe you can, for the ones watching YouTube, they can see my poor plants in the background. So when they seem to be dying, I scold them, don't die, don't dare dying. Then sometimes it's getting better. But yeah, sometimes I'm also nicer to my plants and say, oh, you're making a new leaf. That's so nice. Thank you.
Good. Okay, Anika, let's start with our topic. Because you are a gardener, what made you become a baby wearing consult? And yeah, what's your personal story?
Yes. I was pregnant in 2016, and my sister came for the birth here, and she brought two baby carriers, one baby wrap, a woven wrap, and a very old model baby carrier. And yeah, because I was living here in Tokyo, I already knew that I wanted to carry my baby, because I saw it everywhere on the streets, and it was so easy to navigate everything with a baby carrier. Yeah, but then my baby was born, and yeah, the first two times I used the baby wrap, everything was fine, but then problems started. He started crying when I tried to wrap him. That was when my sister already returned to Germany and I was all on myself. And I never knew if I do it right and if the seat is right. So everyone is always talking about the seat and doing baby wraps. And the baby carrier I had was with an infant insert, so the big cushion, and it was summer. And I thought, okay, I think maybe it's too hot for him. But I tried it. But I never knew if he was positioned right. So you have to put the legs in the M shape, and I couldn't see if the legs were in the M shape or if everything was right. So I really didn't feel well, but I needed the baby carrier. So I'm very active. I have to go around. And when I'm stuck at home, I become crazy a little bit because I'm a nature person. I have to go out. But my boy, he refused everything else. So I couldn't put him down. He always wanted to be close to me, close body contact all the time. So, yeah. And I needed that baby carrier, but couldn't use it. And then I did a lot of research and tried to find a solution that's working in Japan. But at that time, the only carrier that promised to be good from newborn without an infant insert was a very expensive baby carrier. And I said I couldn't afford it. And then after a lot of research, I finally found one solution that worked, but also only with a workaround. I
Only
found
with
that
what?
with a workaround. So it was also a carrier where you couldn't adjust the seat, and you had to narrow the seat in some way. But I found that online, and maybe on YouTube or so. And then I was able to go outside, but only for a few minutes because it was so uncomfortable. It hurt
For
so much.
for you in the bag
Yeah,
or
for me.
yeah.
Yeah, that maybe 20 minutes or so. And then it was like hell on my
Okay.
shoulders and my back.
So
Yeah.
so you had basically the two carriers that your sister brought from Germany
Yeah.
that
And
didn't
then,
work.
yeah. And then I got one presented by the family of my husband, also a used one, um, an old model, also with infant insert. So that didn't work too for the same reason. Yeah. And then I bought this other solution. It's a medai called medai without any buckles, so only for tying. And with that one, I could finally go out for a short period of time.
Okay, but the Mai Tai also hurt your back.
Yeah, a
That's
lot.
the one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, and then with all my research, and I never stopped baby wearing. So my son always liked it, and I liked it too later after we found other solutions. And then I decided to become a baby wearing consultant when I saw other people on the streets. Because with all my knowledge I already had, I saw that many babies were in not so good positions in the baby carrier, and sometimes also very dangerous situations outside. And I thought, oh, maybe there is a need for baby wearing consultants who can teach what's good and what's safe for
What
the
would be
babies.
like a typical here in Japan, a typical position that you see often that you think it's dangerous or not healthy for the baby?
Um, that one, there was one incident where I thought that now I sign up for that course. That was when I saw a mom having the legs of the baby under the waistband.
Wait, one more time. One more time.
So there's a waistband. Typically, you have a
Yeah.
waistband,
Yeah.
the very broad one, and the mom put the legs of the baby under the waistband,
Under.
so between
Okay.
herself, her belly, and the waistband.
Yeah, but that's probably an exception, right? I haven't
Yeah, but
seen that
later,
around.
later I heard from other baby wearing consultants that they saw that too.
Really?
And then now other situations are like when I bring my boy to daycare, I see on a rainy day, I see that people are putting their babies on the bag under the raincoat. So there are no openings for fresh air to come in. And okay, those babies are probably already a little bit older, but small babies, they need fresh air. It's very important for them to get enough fresh air. And it's very dangerous to put anything above their over their head in a way like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think what I noticed here in Japan that I haven't seen so much in other countries, that I often feel like, especially like tiny babies, like a few weeks old or a few months, um, they are they are in a carrier, and I feel like the head is a little bit loose, and
Yes.
it's kind of like swinging up there. And I mean, I'm not a baby wearing expert or consult, but I feel like the head is quite important, isn't it?
For very small babies who can't hold their head themselves, it's important to support the head.
Yeah.
Yes. For older babies, yeah, maybe it's better to have it upright, but sometimes it also is impossible. They won't let you do it.
Yeah.
My boy also had a dangling head when he was older.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so why do you think, why is it especially so difficult here in Japan to find the right baby wearing for yourself and for your baby?
I think that here in Japan, some brands are dominating the market. And it's like new parents see that carrier everywhere on the street and think when so many people using it, it must be good. And so I'm getting it too. And that again results in those brands selling more and using even more of these carriers on the streets. But it doesn't have to be the best carrier for you, because it might not fit you well yourself. It might not fit your baby well. It might not fit from newborn. And for me, it's important that a carrier is fulfilling all the safety rules out there, that it's guaranteeing the squat position, this M shape or frog position for small babies, and the comfort for baby and parents. And to guarantee to have all of these, it's best to try a lot of different carriers or models. And it's difficult to find these in the baby markets because those other brands are dominating everything.
Like Travi, Ergo Baby and Babywearing, right? Yeah. That's the ones I always see in the streets here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So, and in generally speaking, when do you think should parents to be start looking for carrier or a sling?
Yeah, I would already start looking into carriers during pregnancy. So you can do all the research about safety and what it makes a good carrier. But buying a carrier is maybe better after the baby is born, because only when you try with your baby, you can see if the carrier fits everyone, if it's comfortable for everyone. Because all babies are different, all people are different, have different body shapes, different proportions. So not all carriers are fitting the same. And I like trying already during pregnancy, maybe with a demonstration doll, to see what is comfortable for the parents, what kind of carrier they like. So there are different types, like the full buckle carrier we knew from Ergo Baby, but there are also half buckle carriers. there's only one buckle and you have to tie the shoulder straps. So they can pre-select what they like, what they feel comfortable with. Also, for example, a stretchy wrap or woven wrap. And then later, when the baby is born, they can try again and then decide, okay, this one is really fitting well. We like this one. We are buying this one. Only the stretchy wrap and woven wrap, if the parents like it, I would also recommend buying already during pregnancy, because it can be useful for belly wrapping. The parents can already practice it, and it will always fit. Stretchy wraps and woven wraps always fit and should always be comfortable for everyone.
Okay, one more is stretchy wraps and the other
woven wraps.
What does that mean? Sorry.
A woven wrap is woven, like, on the, maybe everyone did it when they were small, on a small like frame where you have these, I do not know all the terms in English, where you are weaving like the carpet. And stretchy wrap is knitted fabric, like jersey or so it's stretchy.
Like I would call it a sling, or is that not the correct term? Like a sling? No, not the correct term.
No. It's a correct term, but a sling can also refer to other types also. So stretchy is like a t-shirt. You can stretch it in all directions, sometimes in one more than in another. But the woven wrap is only stretching diagonally, so not horizontally and not vertically.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say, if you generally say it's good to buy it afterwards, like thinking back of my first weeks with a baby, I didn't have any energy or any time, let's say, because I was so overwhelmed from the first weeks, especially here being alone, to buy a wrap or go somewhere to try baby wearing.
Yeah, I can completely understand that. I wouldn't have to want to see anyone I do not know. So yeah, I'm also a big fan of renting. Like, yeah, of course, you can get a stretchy or woven wrap before. That one you can already use when you're at home after giving birth. But you can also rent a carrier, for example. So you decided on one before, which you liked. And then when baby's born, or shortly before baby's born, you are renting that carrier and can try it at home in peace by yourself, if it's fitting yourself and your baby. And if not, then you're just returning it.
Okay, and where can you rent a carrier?
Some brands offer home try-on, where you have to cover the shipping fees, or sometimes only have to pay a little bit, or through a sling library. I know that there are some in Japan too. One is a Japanese colleague here also in Tokyo, and I also have a sling library where I'm renting baby carriers.
So I will put all the links in the show notes.
Yeah.
Okay. What should parents consider when searching for carrier on their own?
The first thing, of course, if the carrier is safe. There are some safety testing in America and also in Europe. So they're coming with some characters and numbers. And if the carrier has been safety tested under these tests, then they are good, because baby carriers don't have to be safety tested when sold in Japan. When you're buying from Amazon, like a very cheap baby carrier, you think, okay, that's looking good. It can be an untested carrier from somewhere produced under not so nice conditions. Yeah, and this is the first I would look for. if the carrier is tested very well. And this guarantees that the fabric and the seams are very strong and durable and will hold your baby and will not rip. And also safety tested carriers are tested if there's a falling risk, if the carrier, when the carrier is put on correctly, that the baby will not fall out of the carrier. And usually these carriers also guarantee that the airways of the babies are free. Maybe because, as I already said, it's very important for small babies to get enough fresh air. Yeah, and then I would next look for a carrier that's supporting a newborn very well. So we want to have the baby in an upright position because that's said to be the safest for keeping the airways free. And the fabric should embrace the baby's back and hold it upright and support it very well. Yeah.
So the back shouldn't be too straight.
Yes. That's more of comfort. Like a carrier should always support the physiology of the newborn, because newborns usually have a rounded back, and then when they grow older, the back will straighten, and this change in physiology will also, you will see it when your baby can hold the head, then something changed in the spine, and again when your baby can crawl, also something changed, and later when it can walk. So a baby carrier supports all these steps, these developmental steps, from the rounded newborn stage to the upright toddler. Very well, yeah.
When can parents, or especially moms, start with baby wearing?
Yeah, after giving birth, the mother should recover. It's very important to heal. So it would be best not to carry your baby immediately after birth for a long period of time. Of course, there are situations where you have to carry your baby. For example, when you have older siblings, need to go somewhere for examinations or so, and you're taking your baby with you. And then it's important to have a baby carrier, because that one will help you being in a better position. For example, when you're only holding your baby on your arm, that's not so good for the pelvic floor than using a baby carrier. So the best would be to rest and only carry your baby when you have to. And yeah, after like the first month or so, depends on everyone, in every situation, because everyone is healing differently. Yeah, I would say when you feel well and strong and you think you can be active again, then you can also start baby wearing for a longer time. Yeah.
Okay.
And the partner, of course, can start immediately with baby wearing. And that should be done. I would say, please do it, because it's such a wonderful thing for the partner. The close contact to the baby, best also skin to skin, with no clothes between, that's helping with bonding. And the mother usually is in close contact with the baby anyway, because of probably breastfeeding or caring for it. But the partner, especially when going to work after birth, has it's not so easy for the partner to bond with baby. So baby wearing is a good way to do that. And in that way, the partner can also feel needed, in a way. So when the mother has to recover and can't do stuff around the house and is mainly focusing on the baby, the partner is like, okay, I can't do anything. I can't really help her other than doing chores in the house. And probably also won't feel loved in the way like before, because the mother's focusing so much on the baby. And when the partner is actively also caring for the baby, not only changing diapers, giving the bottle or so, but also doing baby wearing, going outside for a walk with the baby so the mother can recover, like having a few minutes only for herself. So that can also help a lot for everyone. So the partner feels needed, can be close to the baby, can connect to the baby, can bond to the baby. Yeah, so that's a wonderful thing too.
Is there actually a limit for baby wearing?
No. Yeah, there are voices saying that you will damage your back or your baby also have to be on the floor. So, but yeah, so there's no real limit. So as long as everyone feels good in the situation, so the one who carries the baby is fine with that, and the baby feels fine with carrying, you can carry as long as you want on one day, or overall carrying time. Like, yeah, sometimes my 5 years old asked for being carried because he's so tired or something. And when I say, okay, I'm feeling fine, then I'm carrying him for 50 minutes, 20 minutes or so.
In a carrier?
Yes.
Yes. Which one do you use currently for your?
A Lenny Lamb preschool size. Sometimes also woven web.
Okay.
Yeah, that's because that's why the woven web is so good, because you can use it for the newborn, but also for the 5-year-old. Don't have to buy a lot. Yeah, it's not harming anyone. So it's not, when you are healthy and your back is strong and healthy, then it won't hurt your back, damage your back. Sometimes, in my example, I got problems with my knees after carrying him for some years every day for a long time, but it can also be because my knees aren't trained well. So it depends again on everyone. And then, for example, when you have problems, then you can see what you can do. For example, like strengthening your back, so you won't feel pain anymore. So that's, yeah, baby wearing is very personal. So it's really different from one person to another. But yeah, if everyone is healthy, then there's no limit in baby wearing.
And since you are a baby wearing consult, last question now, how can you or baby wearing consult help in general?
Yeah, I think the first thing we can do is helping with finding the right carrier, because baby wearing consultants have a really great big collection, usually of different brands and models. So yeah, if you would like to test through my whole collection, you might need half of a day or so. Yeah, but baby wearing consultants also pre-select. So when you asking for help, you want to find a carrier fitting you, then we are asking some questions and already narrow down what kind of carrier might be the best choice for you. And then we bring a small selection of our carriers for you to test. And then of course, when there are problems, so when your baby is crying a lot, when put in the carrier, we can give some tips why your baby might be crying and what you can do. And also giving you the security. Some parents say, okay, my baby's crying, it doesn't like the carrier, but often it's crying for another reason. So that's not the main reason, that it's not liking to be carried, because usually all babies like to be carried in anyway. And we are helping with this. Sometimes it's like, the baby's hungry, or the diaper is full, or the carrier is not comfortable for the baby. So there can be many different reasons, and we can help finding that one and finding a solution. And of course, we can give security and it comes to safety. So if you're not sure if you're doing everything right, if the way you're carrying is safe for your baby. We can have a look and say, okay, it's safe, but probably you can change here a little bit so it feels more comfortable for you. Or also helping with advanced techniques, like when you want to start back carry, but you do not know how to get your baby on your back, and think while you are doing it, you're turning it on your back, then it might fall. So there we can help with some techniques, how to do it in a safe way and in a way where you can feel safe to do it.
And when would be the best time to contact a Babywearing consult then?
For the carrier selection, maybe during pregnancy already, getting already in contact, narrowing down which carriers the parents like, and then staying in contact, probably renting a carrier for the time after birth, trying by yourself if the carrier is fitting you and your baby, the one you liked. And we can also help by purchasing. For example, some brands are not available in Japan or not directly available in Japan, or the colorways aren't available in Japan. And then we can help with getting the carrier from Europe or America. Sometimes we even get discounts we can give to the parents for the carriers.
So actually, is that then like two consultation when you say while being pregnant and then when the baby's already born?
That's what I would advise. But of course, you can also book only one consultation, like after giving birth, and see how using a stretchy option or so for right after birth. And then when you think you're ready and now you want to move on and get a more structured carrier, then you are calling a Babywearing consultant. Or you're doing, usually we always offer aftercare. So after one consultation, when you have questions later, saying the case where I'm coming during pregnancy, and then you're renting a carrier for after birth. And while you're trying by yourself and you face any problems, usually we are there to help you then for free. Okay. So no real consultation. So maybe a short video call for 10 minutes or so, where you say, okay, here I have problems here and here. Can you help me? What can I do better? And then I say, okay, do this, do that, and it's fine.
Good. Okay. So thank you for all your insights. I think the very last question is how to contact you. Because you're in Tokyo area, right? So you can easily, you usually go to your clients, let's say. That's what I understood. What would be a good way to contact you?
I have a website. It's accessible via two addresses. One is moinmoinbaby.com, and if you can't remember that, it's tokyobabywearing.com.
Okay.
So
I will put your address or your contact details in the show notes, and also the link you mentioned.
Yeah, and I have also Instagram and Facebook, so you can contact me via Messenger, instant message too.
Thank you, Anika, so much for your time, your insights, and I hope this will be helpful in the jungle of baby-wearing, especially here in Japan.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.